What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Hitman VR. Talk about basically the new developer diary that they did talking about VR. You know, they showed off some people working on the project, some pretty higher up people working on the project, showed a couple different scenarios, and also just talked about their general thoughts with what VR is. And, you know, even listening to them. Okay, now I'm going to play some of that trailer. I'm sure I'll probably play some of just Hitman gameplay. But look, I've said this before, I'm not like a diehard Hitman fan, okay? It's always been a game that I've enjoyed. It's just never been a game that I feel very, very pressured to get day one, if that makes sense. I do love the franchise. I've actually played quite a few of the games dating back 10, 15 years, okay? I've played almost every single iteration. But again, it's just not a game that I feel like I need to get day one. This one, honestly, and I say this, I guess the evidence will be backed up by my videos, right, when it comes out, but I think I'm getting this day one. I really don't see how I can't. And honestly, VR is that thing that I'm going to, it's going to sell it on me. I have a PSVR. I've had one since I didn't get it day one, but I got it the first month that it came out. And, you know, I've always been a very, very big fan of VR. I've always been a supporter of going in that route. When Sony did it, I was like, you know what, this is a smart idea. It may not pay off right away. Obviously, it's a smaller, just gaming group, but I think it can grow. And look, again, Hitman in VR looks absolutely incredible. And even when you think about it, even when you hear what they said, to be as Agent 47 and you're walking around, you're hearing these conversations, and you're literally there. Like when you're taking out people, let's say, to not be, you know, too risky with words, when you're taking out people, you are literally doing it. Like it's you doing it. You are planning it out. And yes, that's how it always has been, right? But even they said that, where it's like, you know, when you're playing third person, okay, when you're playing Hitman games, you know, you can hear conversations and you can get kind of, you know, wrapped up inside things that are happening, and maybe you go over there and the world feels alive and there's a lot going on. And they've done, I think, a tremendous job at doing that over the last couple, ever since they kind of like rebooted-ish, you know, the last two Hitman. I think the strongest thing with that is Hitman games, I do think, work better when the world's a little bit expanded, when you do have so many options of getting a job done, okay? So again, I think that's probably one of my biggest highlights or the biggest strengths of these newer games. And by the way, I'm saying Hitman VR because it's not even just Hitman 3, it's all of them. It's all of them, and that's absolutely incredible because to be able to go into those worlds and now you are in it. Again, it's different. I feel like it's totally different where you are literally now being part of the world. VR isn't always going to work for everybody. I mean, not everybody's going to kind of be into it, but I mean, if there's a game that I think can sell somebody on VR, I feel like maybe Resident Evil 7 could have been that game from a few years ago. And honestly, right now, I feel like a game like Hitman is it. You know, when I think of a game-changing kind of thing, this is it. So if you have a VR, I truly do believe Hitman becomes almost your number one priority come January. And honestly, look, Hitman games, especially these last couple, they've been very good, okay? They've been received well, but honestly, and I am kind of shocked at this, they haven't sold well at all. And it's kind of like a notorious, like people know about this, like it's a thing that's been talked about quite often. These games haven't done very good at all, okay? I think they've done pretty disappointingly in terms of like what they were supposed to do. And, you know, they've talked about Hitman 3 being the end of this era. And, you know, we've seen this before with Hitman games where they kind of go on a hiatus for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, and then they kind of come back and do it again. I think that's what's going to happen. I honestly feel like after this game, we probably aren't going to see it on next gen, honestly, because next gen may only take 5, 6 years to get to the next generation after that one. I truly feel like Hitman can totally skip out on it altogether. So I mean, this is a big deal. This is the last one, and you know, again, why am I saying that? Well, when we talk about game changers, these games don't sell all that well, but there are a couple handful of millions of people that have the VR. Now, there's not that many, you know what I mean? There's not an insane amount of people, and obviously, again, just like anything, you know, it's 110, 114, however many million people that have the PS4. That doesn't mean that all of them are going to buy your game. Most times, that doesn't even come close, right? Actually, and it's never come close, right? So you're only going to get a percentage, but VR users, I think you got a pretty solid shot that they're going to buy it. You know, VR, again, is a device that sometimes gets love, sometimes doesn't have the greatest games. There are some really, you have to go mining, basically. There are some really good diamonds in the rough for VR games. And again, the AAA games getting there, we haven't really gotten all that much. Resident Evil, 7 basically, that was a really good one that took full advantage. I think that people are very happy with it. Resident Evil 8, right? That's going to be a VR, compatible one as well. That's going to be really exciting. And then this Hitman game. So honestly, like for me, being in the last game and being that I have been a fan of these games, I've thought they were pretty good. I think I would have gotten this game probably day one already. I think that it was a pretty solid sell. But then the fact that you can play this entire thing, and not just this, but again, play the other ones in VR. I mean, I think I really cannot see how I wouldn't get this game day one, and I can't see how I wouldn't play the entire thing in VR. Again, it's different. I may want to play it not in VR just to kind of see, but honestly, it could be one of those situations where you put it on, you put the VR headset on, you play this game, and you may never want to go back. You know what I mean? It could be that experience. I find it. It's tough because I feel like it's almost impossible to be able to pull off the worlds that they've done with Hitman in VR. I mean, when you play even these last two games, the ones over the past like 2, 3, 4 years, okay, there's so many people in an area at any given point. Can VR handle that? Judging from the very small snippets we got, it seems like it can. It doesn't seem like there's as many people, and maybe that is something, but they did talk about attention to detail, how everything is fully thought of and fully like filled. So we'll have to see. I don't know if it's necessarily going to be able to fill, or be able to kind of replicate everything that's already been done. But even if it's like a 20-30% downgrade in terms of how many people there are on screen at any given moment, I feel like this is going to be such a massive thing, truly, because again, being in that world and when you're literally in it and there's all these different things happening and you get to put on all the different costumes and do all these different things, being able to actually do that for yourself and attack people and take them out yourself instead of pressing square or whatever button, to be able to move your hands and whack somebody or choke somebody out, all those things, being able to do that on your own, firstly, it's moving you in a direction that you don't want to replicate in real life, but also, I mean, it is just absolutely cool. So I'm super pumped. Seeing that developer diary, honestly though, did get me very, very excited. I can't wait to see more, and I can't wait to get this game day one. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Are you going to get this game day one? Do you have a VR? Are you going to play it on PlayStation VR? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to this YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up, and I do a brand new video on this channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.